Hello and welcome to the next video. Today we are going to be talking about remote code executions. Let's take a look at this website we found. It's called Network Tool. We have a few different commands. We can enter in a domain and we see that it will ping the domain, or we could have it do an NS lookup on the domain or a whois search on the domain. Great. So we see the website is functional. Let's take a look at the website under the hood and talk about how we can attack something like this. So we're going to make sure intercept is off and burp and foxy proxy is on. So we're going to make a request. We'll do the same thing as before. We'll say ping google.com. We can see that loaded, and we can see our request inside of Burp. It's going to be whatever the last number was. So let's forward this to the repeater, and let's take a look at what's going on here. So we can see the output right here. We see we can change whatever goes here. And we can see it's still working. Let's talk about what's going on. What's most likely happening is that this is getting sent to the target, and the target is running this inside of their terminal. For example, ping taxi for facebook.com. And we can see it's doing the pings. We told it to do 4 pings and then stop. So what if instead of sending this, we try to write our own thing to get passed to them? So on the website, we only have a drop down here, right? There's no way for us to turn this into user input. Well, at least from the website. By intercepting it in Burp, we have control over what's getting sent out here. So what if instead of saying ping taxi for google.com or facebook.com, what if we hijacked it and say, for example, ls/? We can see how that looks inside Kali, or inside my server for this example. We can see it worked. We're able to run commands on our target. What if we try who am I? We can see doesn't look like anything actually got returned back. So it's most likely that something needs to go here. This might be Windows only. Yeah. Let's see if we can find a second command to pass to it. So who am I might be a little tricky to run, but we could still say, for example, which NC. We can see they have netcat installed. So from here, we could start a listener and try to get a show. I kind of just wanted to demonstrate how we could intercept this web request and we can have it run commands. We'll talk more about shelling and shells in a later video, but for now, when we lsal, which shows us all of the files in the current directory, versus just ls, we can see one of the files is RCE flag, and we can, because it's in our current directory, we just say cat in this file, and we got the flag, potato with a 0. I hope this video was informative. I'll go over some more remote code execution examples. Let's try to review. So we found a website that was taking our inputs and running whatever code was getting inputted in here. We looked at it under the hood in Burp, and we figured out that we could actually hijack whatever was going in here, and then whatever the output was getting returned back. Just like how the original website functions, it takes our commands, it runs it on the server, and whatever output appears, that's whatever output from the command, for example, the ping output, right? So it ran the ping, we get some output, and that output is then displayed to us. So we hijacked what was supposed to be going in here, and we wrote our own code, and the output of that instead is getting returned back. This is referred to as remote code execution. Anytime we see that our commands are being sent to a server is a time when we should try to use a remote code execution. Inside of your hacking Bible, you'll see under port enumeration, port 80, command sent to server, and we can see here this code or this tutorial is actually talking about a different way how to do it. By instead of changing what was originally here, it's doing an amendment. It's amending an extra command. Now we can check if that's possible here. So we could try to amend a who am I at the end. But we can see it didn't really like that. Whereas simply replacing the positions without amending, that works just fine. Great. I hope this video was informative. There will be another example. Probably the next video after this one will be a slightly more advanced example on a different machine. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.